Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here, and now it's time for my review of WrestleMania 18. Yeah, I just watched the show about an hour ago or so, and I gotta say, this was a really great WrestleMania. Yeah, this WrestleMania has mixed reactions. Some people say it's really good, some people say this is just kind of mediocre, and some people say this was a big disappointment. Yeah, like I said, I'd say this show is a really good WrestleMania. I think this is one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time, personally. Uh, yeah, this was a four-match show, and yeah, the four matches that was set around, I think, for the most part, are delivered. So, yeah. So, yeah, let me just get right into this thing. Show kicked off with Saliva. Yeah, Saliva opened up with a concert. They performed Superstar, and it showed like a video of the everything that led to WrestleMania with some of the matches and stuff. And then we got the opening video, package for WrestleMania, and I think overall this is the best opening video for WrestleMania ever. Yeah. Then the first match of the night was the Intercontinental Championship match. William Regal defending against Rob Van Dam. And I thought this was a pretty good match, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was very well paced. Both guys got in enough offense. Yeah, William Regal tried to use the brass knucks early, but RVD kicked them off his hand, and then he just was dominating William Regal some more. RVD was looking for a 5-star frog splash early, but William Regal moved out of the way. Yeah, the crowd was really hot for RVD in this match. Yeah, William Regal was doing a lot of great counter wrestling in here, in this match. Yeah, he was able to block the Rolling Thunder from RVD. RVD tried to do the thing he does where he grabs a guy's leg and does a swinging kick or something, and William Regal countered that into like a full Nelson German suplex. And then William Regal tried to use the brass knucks on RVD again. Referee unarmed him. William Regal got a second pair of brass knucks, and RVD kicked them into William Regal's face and got the 5-star frog splash for the win. That match was real short. It was only like, I don't know, 7-8 minutes. Yeah, it was still good for the time it lasted. I give it about 3 stars. And then we got the European Championship match. Diamond Dallas Page defending against Christian, and before the match we got a pre-match interview with Christian explaining why he did what he did the past Raw before. Remember this? And yeah, and we got what Christian was doing, what DDP taught him with the constant weird smiling. Yeah, and then he just explained why he did what he did to DDP, turning on him. Yeah, so DDP versus Christian. I thought this match was okay. I thought it could have been better. I think DDP got in kind of a little bit too much offense in this match. He kind of dominated a lot. But Christian still was getting his share of offense in too. Yeah, before the match, this was obviously Christian's. It's supposed to be his hometown, but he was booked from Tampa, Florida, in here because he said in that pre-match interview that he moved to Florida and he didn't need the second-rate city, which was Toronto. And yeah, it was alright. But yeah, Christian got the abdominal stretch in on DDP. It was real dumb. DDP was set up for a punch and Christian just ducked, and DDP got into power bomb. Christian survived it, and I liked Christian kept countering the diamond cutter at the end. He countered it twice. First he pushed DDP off, and then he held onto the ropes the second time. And yeah, DDP survived Christian's one finishing move where he grabs the head and goes down. And then DDP eventually did get the diamond cutter on Christian, and he won. And then afterwards, DDP rubbed in the embarrassment in Christian's face that he lost in front of 67,000 people and so many more watching at home. And then Christian threw his temper tantrum in the ring. Yeah, so, yeah, it was alright. I give it 2.5 stars. And we got an interview with The Rock, interviewed by Coach. And in that interview, The Rock was kind of mocking Hulk Hogan, telling Coach, asking him if he took his vitamins and say his prayers, and he made Coach say his prayers. And then he eventually kicked Coach out, and then he was just saying what he was going to do to Hulk Hogan in their match this night. And then we got the Hardcore Championship match, Maven defending against Goldust. I thought it was interesting how there were actually gold trash cans and gold trash can lids in the match. I thought that was kind of funny. And this really wasn't too great. Yeah, basically Goldust just dominated this whole match. We even got a couple of shots in, like he drop-kicked a trash can into Goldust's face. I thought it was a nice spot with the shovel. I thought it was clever. Goldust put a shovel under Maven and he stepped on it, and the stick hit Maven right in the chest. And yeah, Goldust Irish whipped Maven into a trash can that he put in the turnbuckle. And then when Goldust was on the apron, when he had a gold trash can lid in his hand, and Maven had one also, and they both hit each other with the trash can lid, and they both fell. Goldust fell to the ground, Maven was down in the ring, and then Spike Dudley came and then pinned Maven for the hardcore title. Oh, and then Crash Holly was chasing Spike Dudley through the crowd because he wanted to get the hardcore title, so yeah. Match itself, I give about, I don't know, star and 3/4. Yeah, and then, but it was, I thought it was enjoyable stuff, well, the rest of the night, what we saw with the Hardcore Championship, but I'll get into that as this video goes on. Yeah, and then we got a Drowning Pool concert. They were singing Tearaway while we saw kind of recap of the Chris Jericho Triple H match on that night. Yeah, and then after that, we saw Spike and Crash going at it in the backstage area. Yeah, and Al Snow was trying to get at them too. He was in a golf cart. Right, and he just drove right through a load of boxes. And then Spike Dudley was able to fight off Crash. He threw him into a garage door. And Spike looked like he was going to get away. And then the Hurricane came out of nowhere, and he took Spike down, and he pinned Spike Dudley for the hardcore title. So Hurricane won the title there. Right as Hurricane left, Al Snow came out, and he realized that he was too late. Yeah. And then we got Kurt Angle versus Kane. Now, before the match started, Kurt Angle hit Kane in the head with the ring bell, trying to give him some more head trauma from what he did a couple weeks before to Kane. And yeah, I thought this was a pretty good match. Yeah, I thought Kurt Angle got in a decent amount of offense here. Yeah, this was a good back and forth match. This match, I guess, could have gone either way. But it got really annoying how Kane kept saying head trauma when Kurt Angle got a shot in Kane's head. Yeah, it got kind of annoying, but yeah. Kurt Angle survived a choke slam. Well, sort of he did when he just put his hand on the rope. Yeah, Kurt Angle did Kane's diving clothesline to Kane. Yeah. And Kurt Angle got the ankle lock in on Kane. And I thought it was funny how when Kane got to the ropes and then he pulled the ropes to get up and he did a swinging kick to Kurt Angle, and Kurt Angle was just kind of like he slowly fell down. He was just standing and then he fell. Yeah, and it was a great spot at the end of the match where Kane was on the top turnbuckle and Kurt Angle just ran and gave a belly suplex to Kane. And then Kurt Angle countered a chokeslam and pinned Kane with his foot on the rope. And it was kind of a controversial one because it didn't. Not even sure if Kane's shoulders were even down for the count, but yeah. Then there was a little segment in the back with Hurricane. And in the Godfather's locker room, he saw some of Godfather's women. And then Godfather eventually chased Hurricane out of the locker room. And then we got no disqualification match, The Undertaker versus Ric Flair. I thought this was the second best match of the night. This was really good. Yeah, the Undertaker got Ric Flair over at the announce table area twice in the match. Early in the match, the Undertaker's cheek got cut open and blood was going down his cheek. Yeah, the Undertaker he put Ric Flair's back into the ring post. Yeah. And then Ric Flair was Irish whipped shoulder first into the middle turnbuckle. And I think he might even hit the ring post. Yeah, Ric Flair was Irish whipped into the turnbuckle again. Ric Flair did his thing where he flipped over, but he just got a boot to the face and he fell down off of the apron. And when they were at the timekeeper's desk, Ric Flair got busted open. And then, good God, Ric Flair was bleeding buckets in this match. Yeah, Undertaker was in dead control. Well, yeah, at one point in this match, some blood got on the camera lens and you could see it. Yeah, the Undertaker got a huge superplex on Ric Flair, and that hurt like son of a bitch. You heard Ric Flair just screaming in pain. And then Ric Flair kept being down for the count, and the Undertaker pulled him up to stop the count. Yeah, Ric Flair countered the old school as the Undertaker was talking trash. As he was on the top turnbuckle, Ric Flair threw him off. And Ric Flair nailed the Undertaker with the lead pipe on his motorcycle. And then that busted open Undertaker on his head. And Ric Flair was nailing the Undertaker with some signs on the aisleway. And then Ric Flair eventually got the figure 4 on Undertaker. And then, as the Undertaker was down for the count, he just sat up and he grabbed Ric Flair by the throat, and it turned into a chokeslam. And then the Undertaker was trying to use the lead pipe on Ric Flair, but yeah, he didn't use it. Undertaker was Irish whipped into the ropes, and then he came back, and Arn Anderson came and hit a thunderous spinebuster on the Undertaker. But the Undertaker survived it. Undertaker went after Arn Anderson. Arn Anderson got busted open, I think, in the first punch to the head by the Undertaker. Then he got the sleeper hold on Arn Anderson. Then Ric Flair hit Undertaker with the chair a few times. Then Undertaker got a big boot to Ric Flair. Tried the last ride a couple of times. Ric Flair fought out of it. Then the Undertaker got the tombstone on Ric Flair for the win. And then after the match, Undertaker clotheslined the referee, so bunch of carnage in the ring. So yeah, that was a good match. I give it about, I don't know, 3 3/4. Then we got Booker T versus Edge. Yeah, this was obviously Edge's hometown in Toronto, so he got a huge pop in the crowd when he came out. I don't know, this match, it didn't do it for me. I didn't really enjoy it too much. Yeah, we're just kind of back and forth between the two. Yeah, every time Edge kicked out, well, a few times, Booker T he was like, what? Yeah, at one point in this match on commentary, JR said that Edge and Booker T had something in common, that they were the first ones voted off the weakest link, those 2 times WWF superstars were on the weakest link. That's not true. When Booker T was on the weakest link, I think he was the second person voted off. Those of you that remember the WWF weakest links, you do remember Booker T was the second one kicked off the weakest link when he was on the weakest link. Yeah, Edge was the first one voted off when he was on, but Booker T was second when he was on. But anyway, yeah, this isn't about weakest link, this is about WrestleMania, anyway. Yeah, Booker T did the spinner Rooney. And then, at one point, Edge got the Edge-o-matic, but Booker T survived it. One point, Edge did his own spinner Rooney, and it just looked awful. Then, yeah, in the end, Edge wins this match. So, yeah, 1.5 stars. And then Coach caught up with the Hurricane, interviewing him about what happened with Godfather. And then Mighty Molly, Hurricane's sidekick, approached him and hit him in the head with a frying pan, and Molly Holly pinned the Hurricane for the Hardcore title. So Mighty Molly won the Hardcore title there. And then we got Stone Cold versus Scott Hall. Yeah, I thought this was enjoyable. Yeah, Kevin Nash came out to ringside with Scott Hall. Yeah, while the referee was distracted, this match quite a few times, Kevin Nash was assaulting Stone Cold. And I thought this was a good match. Yeah, well, it was okay anyway. Yeah, like I said before, I think this is even better than Stone Cold match with Savio Vega at WrestleMania 12. Yeah, and yeah, it just kind of went back and forth. Or Nash removed a padding from the top turnbuckle and Stone Cold got Irish whipped back first into it. Yeah, at one point, Stone Cold had the match won with a stunner, and Kevin Nash just pulled the referee out and knocked him out. And Kevin Nash came into the ring, and him and Scott Hall were double teaming Stone Cold. Then eventually Stone Cold got them both out of the ring. And at one point, Stone Cold had the match won again, it looked like. And another referee came to the ring with that epic slide. If you've seen the match, you've seen it. You've seen that slide by the referee. And yeah, Kevin Nash took that referee out too. And then eventually a bunch of referees came and forced Kevin Nash to leave ringside. And Stone Cold eventually got 2 stunners on Scott Hall. Scott Hall oversold like hell. Oh, and Stone Cold won. And then we saw what happened afterwards, the celebration with the beer. So yeah, I'd say that was good, 3 stars. And then after that, we saw a video package for Access. Yeah, that looked like the best Access I've seen. Yeah, when I went to WrestleMania 26 in 2010, I wish I would have gone to Access, but I just couldn't. Yeah, unfortunately. And then the next match was the 4-corner elimination match for the Tag Team Championship. Billy and Chuck defending against the Hardy Boys, the APA, and the Dudley Boys. Yeah, during the Dudley Boys entrance, there was another Saliva concert. Saliva was playing Get the Tables, the Dudley Boys' new entrance music. And yeah, first in this match, it was APA and Billy and Chuck legal. Well, and mostly it was the APA dominating them. Then eventually Dudley's got tagged in. And they eventually got a 3D on Bradshaw to eliminate the APA. And then, after this, it was basically just the Dudley Boys versus the Hardy Boys. Billy and Chuck were just on the ring apron watching it. At one point, Stacy showed off her nice ass to Jeff Hardy. And yeah, Jeff Hardy spanked her, kissed her, and threw her down. And Jeff Hardy was legal for the Hardy Boys for several minutes in this match. Yeah, Bubba Ray and Devon were just dominating on him. Yeah, the Dudley Boys set up a table at ringside. And they were just continuing to maul Jeff Hardy. Matt Hardy was playing cheerleader for Jeff while he was just on the ring apron. At one point, Bubba Ray did that thing where he has someone hanging upside down on the turnbuckle and he gets on top, and what does he do? He puts his foot in their chest or something. Matt Hardy knocked him off the turnbuckle. Bubba was laying on the floor. He told Devon to make sure that Jeff didn't tag in Matt. Devon knocked Matt Hardy off the ring apron. And yeah, Jeff reversed a move by Devon. And then Jeff Hardy finally got in a hot tag on Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy was obviously being wild. He was just dominating on Bubba and Devon, and he knocked Billy and Chuck off the ring apron. And yeah, Bubba missed a flying leg drop from the top turnbuckle. Yeah, and at one point they were going to do the what's up to Matt Hardy, but Billy Gunn pushed to Devon off of the turnbuckle, and Devon went flying through that table that they set up. And then the Dudley Boys got eliminated after the Hardy Boys did a twist of fate and swanton on Bubba Ray and pinned him to eliminate them. Then it came down to the Hardy Boys and Billy and Chuck. And again, that just kind of went back and forth for a little bit. Yeah, the Hardys looked like they had the match won when they got the twist of fate and swanton on Chuck. But Billy made the epic save and did a famouser to Jeff Hardy. He and Chuck went for the pin. Jeff kicked out of that. Chuck was arguing with the ref. While the referee was distracted with that, Billy came in and nailed Jeff Hardy with the tag team title, one of them, and then Chuck got the pin. So Billy and Chuck retained. And so yeah, I'd say that was pretty good. I give it about, I don't know, 3.25. And then there was a segment in the back where Scott Hall was just telling Kevin Nash that Stone Cold was lucky that he won the match, and they said that they were gonna take out their frustrations on The Rock. Then Hulk Hogan came, asked him not to get involved, and he needed to do it on his own. And after Hulk Hogan left, they said they were still gonna do it. Then we saw Molly Holly, Mighty Molly. She was just trying to make sure that no one would get her for the hardcore title. And then there was a double door thing, and the top portion of the door nailed Molly in the face. Yeah, and Christian, and before he pinned Molly, he said, "Stand back, there's a new champion coming through," and Christian pinned Molly for the title. So, yeah, Christian was now the hardcore champion. Then we got The Rock versus Hulk Hogan, match of the night, definitely. This is a really good match. Hulk Hogan got a way better reaction from the crowd than The Rock did. These fans were crazy for Hulk Hogan. Now, whenever The Rock got the advantage on Hulk Hogan, the crowd was just booing the crap out of him. Yeah, this was definitely a great match. I'd say this is The Rock's second best match. It's right behind Stone Cold WrestleMania 17. Yeah, this could arguably be Hulk Hogan's best WrestleMania match. I'd say the only one that could possibly be better than this is his match with Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 6. Yeah, and Hulk Hogan, like I said, he was the fan favorite in this match. And he got the abdominal stretch in on The Rock. At one point he got The Rock in the turnbuckle and he bit The Rock. While they were on the outside, Hulk Hogan was trying to tear apart the announce table, and The Rock was going to hit Hulk Hogan with a chair. Referee on him, and Hulk Hogan clotheslined The Rock. And the referee got knocked out by accident when The Rock ran into him by mistake. The Rock got the sharpshooter on Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan tapped out, but the referee was still knocked out. Rock was trying to revive the referee, then he walked right into a rock bottom by Hulk Hogan. But The Rock survived that. Then Hulk Hogan whipped The Rock with his belt a few times. He was going to punch The Rock with the belt, but The Rock then turned it into a DDT. And then The Rock whipped Hulk Hogan with the belt several times. Then he got the rock bottom on Hulk Hogan. And then Hulk Hogan then hulked up after that. And the crowd went absolutely nuts for that. And Hulk Hogan did what he did, the 3 punches, the big boot, and the leg drop. The Rock actually kicked out of it. Then Hulk Hogan tried to do it again, but The Rock moved out of the way from the leg drop. And then The Rock got 2 rock bottoms and the people's elbow on Hulk Hogan for the win. And we know with the post-match stuff, Hulk Hogan shakes The Rock's hand. And then the NWO, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash come, they attack Hulk Hogan, The Rock comes back. And helps Hulk Hogan. They throw Hall Nash out of the ring. Hulk Hogan poses for the crowd, and The Rock and Hogan leave together. So yeah, it was a great match, 4.25. And then we saw a little thing with Big Show in WWF New York holding up a kid. And then Howard Finkel announced the attendance for WrestleMania, 68,237. Then we got the triple threat match for the Women's Championship, Jazz versus Lita versus Trish Stratus. Yeah, this was Trish's hometown of Toronto, so like Edge earlier, she got a good pop from the crowd. Yeah, and this match, not too good. Blah. Yeah, Trish didn't do very well at all in this match. Yeah, it was mostly with Jazz and Lita. Yeah, Trish was mostly either lying on the canvas or the ground for most of this match. Yeah, but it was a nice ending with Jazz getting that superplex on Lita and winning. Yeah, that was a nice spot. So, yeah, because of that, I give it a 1.25. Then we saw the last thing with the Hardcore Championship. Christian was going to leave the stadium with the title. He had a cab, and he was about to get in, but Maven came and pinned Christian and for the title, so Maven regained the title, and then he took Christian's cab, and as Christian was chasing after that cab, his run was just priceless. Yeah, and then we got the main event for the Undisputed Championship, Chris Jericho versus Triple H. Yeah, and obviously with Triple H's entrance, we had one more concert from Drowning Pool. They were singing their version of Time to Play the Game for Triple H. Yeah, and Triple H was obviously had his left leg tape from what Chris Jericho did the Raw before, and Stephanie was obviously in Chris Jericho's corner for this match. And I thought this was a pretty good main event. Yeah, I really think that The Rock Hulk Hogan should have been on last, and they actually put the Women's Championship match on after it. Seriously. But yeah, anyway, yeah, this was still a WWF Championship match, so it makes sense to have this on last. Yeah, and I thought this was pretty good. Yeah, Chris Jericho was targeting Triple H's leg on this match, and Stephanie got involved in this match while the referee's back was turned. Yeah, at one point Triple H got a figure 4 on Chris Jericho, but Stephanie broke it up when she put her nails in Triple H's face or whatever. Chris Jericho was trying to do the same thing he did the time when Triple H's quad was torn. He tried to get him in the walls of Jericho in the announce table. Triple H fought out of it. Yeah, Triple H fought out of the walls of Jericho quite a few times in this match. Chris Jericho was going to pedigree Chris Jericho on the announce table, but Chris Jericho reversed it and Triple H fell through the Spanish announce table. And then Triple H eventually was in the walls of Jericho, and then he eventually did get to the ropes. Then Stephanie tried to get into the ring, and a couple of times. Once Chris Jericho brought in a chair to the ring, but Triple H was able to dodge it. Stephanie tried to hit Triple H with the chair, but Earl Hebner, the referee, unarmed her. Then Stephanie was face to face with Triple H. He tried to get away, but Triple H grabbed her, and Triple H pedigreed Stephanie, which I thought was funny. Then Chris Jericho nailed Triple H with the chair. Triple H survived it. Triple H got up real quickly. Chris Jericho tried to get a pedigree on Triple H. Triple H reversed it, catapulted Jericho into the top turnbuckle, but yeah, Jericho landed on his feet on the ropes. He tried to do a dive on Triple H, but Triple H was able to counter it and got a pedigree on Chris Jericho for the win. Triple H wins the Undisputed Championship. So yeah, that was a good match. I give it about 3 1/4. Overall, the show, I give it about, I don't know, somewhere in the 8.25, 8.5 range, yeah. Yeah, The Rock vs. Hulk Hogan, definitely best match of the night. And also, The Undertaker vs. Ric Flair was good. And Chris Jericho and Triple H was also good. Yeah, those were really the main 3 matches that the show was marketed around. Stone Cold vs. Scott Hall was also a main attraction of the show, but yeah, I still say the 3 matches I said before were what the show was mostly set around. So yeah, this is a good WrestleMania. Little fun fact, this actually took place 11 years ago today, March 17th, 2002. So yeah, fun fact right there. So yeah, that's it for my WrestleMania 18 review. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.